Every day. Why?
Says the one who is buying £300 pair of glasses. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I need the glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
First video. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Welcome to our channel. Right, so first video on our channel is gonna be... it's anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. By the time you're watching this...
On the day it comes out.
Yeah.
It's our anniversary. 3 years.
Numero... Tres, right? Yes,
Yeah, tres. So yeah, we decided we were going to do a video on what we've learned after 3 years of marriage.
Crazy. 3 years of marriage.
3 years of marriage. Does it feel long or short?
You know what? Someone said to me the other day that we've been... Half of our marriage we spent in lockdown. So
That's true.
So it's probably gone by quite quickly for us.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Half of our marriage.
Half of our marriage, yeah. We got married in July 2018. We did 1 year, July 2019. July 2020, we filmed not in July 2020, September of 2020, we filmed what we've learned in 2 years of marriage on your channel.
Oh yeah, and we were just going into lockdown.
Yeah, and that was January of that year. So yeah, pretty much like almost a year and a half.
It doesn't feel like it, as in the time we spent in lockdown doesn't feel as long as the time we spent.
No.
Maybe because I'm incorporating like dating. No.
Yeah, because we still did stuff. We painted the room.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
We still...
Work. We're still working.
Yeah, work.
Work won't leave us alone. No, joking. So yeah, 3 years. We made it this far. I mean, 3 years in the grand scheme of like a 50-year marriage, God willing, is
amen.
not a lot, but it is. It's
It is
good.
a lot. Yeah, it is a lot.
Good.
It's good. Well done.
Well done to you.
So you're probably wondering, she has a channel, I have my own channel. Why this channel? I think we spoke about it a bit towards the end of the video we just did on Adela's channel. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. We are stepping into a new stage of life. Huh?
You didn't want to say season.
I hate the word season.
It's the word season.
But yeah, we're stepping into a new season of life where we're seeing more of people we know get married, people buying houses, some people we know having children. And we were just like, the world is opening back up. We've decided we want to do more things. Sorry, there's somebody riding a motorcycle outside. I don't know what's going on.
Is that a helicopter? Or
What is it? It's so...
It's a moped. It's really a cheap car as well. It's
Yeah.
one of the cheapest cars that are the loudest.
Yeah.
Checks.
Sorry if it's still there. But yeah, we decided that we want to spend more time doing things that we actually enjoy. And also, adult life is hard. So this is basically an amalgamation of all of those different things. So it's not actually going to be about us.
It's not
per
a
se.
relationship channel.
It's just more of like
Us adulting.
us adulting. We're actually
Join us
as
dare.
we do stuff. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, and I feel like we've got goals and plans, and hopefully, God willing, if they all go to plan, they'll be quite exciting.
I'm sure they're just riding around to show off.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've got a lot of plans and goals, and God willing, if they all go to plan, it's going to be like an exciting ride. So why not document it? So things like hopefully getting a house or buying a house.
Yeah.
Kids one day. I don't know if we're going to put our kids on.
Yeah, I don't think we'll put our kids
You ain't
on.
gonna see our kids, maybe. But stuff like, are we going to decorate a house? Are we going to, you know, talk about finances? Are we going to do all that kind of stuff? Are we going to travel more?
Yeah, we have two tickets to Brussels in lieu, just waiting.
Okay, about that. I want to go to the Maldives. No, but yeah, I think if our plans come to pass, then it'll be an exciting journey and it'll be fun to document it. And hopefully, as always, like encourage people along the way, give some advice along the way, be transparent as always. Yeah.
So, first thing we've learned after 3 years of marriage is, I've said it before just now, but prioritizing rest and just doing more of what we actually enjoy.
Great.
I think. Sorry, do you want to go?
No.
I think it's so important, and especially for me, I've realized that life happens every day, if that makes sense. So it can be so easy for us to just focus on the future But you're forgetting that, oh, actually, there's like those small moments that are here in the now. So I think for me, it's just like, okay, cool. Let me actually slow down a little bit. Let me enjoy it. Well, Adela's teaching me. Let me slow down and enjoy what's going on now. And then, yeah, just make the most of it, I think.
Yeah, I would say that's a big lesson for me, because obviously we spent the last year of our marriage in lockdown. And for me, that's intense. And so, and also at the same time, you started helping me with my YouTube channel. So I feel like our work life was so intertwined.
Yeah.
And like we were so business mode. And almost every conversation we were having was like work mode, work, Della, this idea, that idea, hustle, So I feel like it's necessary to have a balance of enjoyment and actually remember, like, we are like, you know, in love and a couple.
Yeah.
We're not just like building an empire together. We actually are like in a romantic relationship. So I think prioritizing rest, I always do that. I mean, I always want to do that. And the doing stuff we enjoy, I think, is a good way to balance out the fact that we are partners in this work life and everything, really.
Yeah, well, as you were saying it, probably this channel's a bit counterintuitive because we're going to be filming more. But there'll be a lot of things we actually don't show.
Yeah. But I mean, no. I think this channel will be fun, and we're not going to be like, it's not going to be intense. So
no,
it'll be fine.
You'll see videos when we put videos out.
Yeah, you'll see when you see it, but subscribe.
Yeah. They'll be regular.
Yeah. But I think I feel like prioritizing rest and enjoying yourself is kind of like different things but the same, because I've realized that active rest is important. So not necessarily just like lying on the sofa or scrolling through my phone. Is actually us going on a date night, for example, is a form of rest for me. So
yeah.
Do you know what else is restful?
What?
Going on holiday. When these borders be opening up.
I guess whilst you guys are watching this, where will we be?
We'll be
in central London.
We'll be in London.
The next day,
then we'll be in Bath.
We'll be in Bath.
Yeah.
That's how we're celebrating our anniversary.
A little staycation,
which is fun. And I think that's after. Where was the last place we travelled to? It was
Barcelona. No, it was Portugal.
It was Portugal.
It was Portugal.
Was it Portugal?
Your birthday was before anniversary. So
okay. That's when you. What birthday?
Paris.
Was it Paris?
Yeah.
Paris.
Wow, look at us. Joking.
That sounds like we're jet setters.
No, we're not.
We're really not.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm not really a big traveller. It's more of a Della, to be fair. But that's also what I've learned this year, is that learning to lean into what the other one likes and wants, if that makes sense. Because especially this year, as we said, it's like you either make it or you don't. But part of that is like, okay, so what is your form of rest? How do you enjoy that? You may want to buy a dress every time you go out. I don't understand it, but
it's at me.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you might want to buy a dress every time you go out, and I might not see the value in it, but it's something that might bring you enjoyment, or it's a way for you to take yourself out of the world that we live in at the moment.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I'm like really into tech, so I might buy one or two expensive pieces. Or not 10.
Yeah.
Well, I might buy something every so often, but in a large amount. And you might be like, why are we spending so much money on cameras? Well, they seem to love the quality. So.
Yeah, but no, making allowance, I guess, for each other's things, enjoyments, even if you don't understand it. I think it's good.
Yeah, and travel is basically one of that. So you will see me open up on this channel.
I'm going to use this channel as an excuse or as a case for you to allow us to travel more, as in like for you to agree to traveling more.
Yeah. Cool.
I'd be like, but think of the vlog, think of the content. If we go to Bora Bora.
I don't mind.
No, it's true. I think I think one of the things I've learned as well is that we balance each other out. I think I knew that from earlier, but it's clear now that we definitely balance each other out. So I'm a bit more YOLO, you're a bit more disciplined, and we just need that sort of balance, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think another thing we've learned, or I've learned, is, well, to be honest, I think all the lessons I've learned this year have been somewhat tied to lockdown. Yeah. Because our marriage and lockdown have just been like one in the same thing. And during lockdown, work is just a lot, like a lot more than it ever was. It's just, I don't know what's changed. It's just a lot. And I think you've gone through kind of a different work journey during lockdown. So my journey was nothing changed. Like I didn't get furloughed, I didn't get made redundant and everything like that. So I'm really grateful. But it was just a lot of work and a lot of mental, like, wow.
Yeah. Whereas for me, I think the first month started off normal, and then I got made redundant, put on furlough for like 7 months, and then we did November, December, January, where I was looking for jobs, and then I got this job where I'm working now.
You were looking for a job for?
Well, I was looking for jobs
the
whole time, but literally from March.
As in when the income stopped, you mean?
March or April 2020 is where I got put on furlough. That I stopped being on furlough in November, I think.
And then you got your job in
February 2021.
Okay, so we had a few months of one income.
Yeah.
And like 7 months or something of you not.
Yeah, it was
not
like
working.
Yeah, it was like 70% of income on furlough,
yeah.
or my income on furlough, which was
interesting time.
That was interesting.
I learned a few things about myself and how I see breadwinning and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you want to get into that.
I mean,
yeah, a little bit. I think I struggled a bit. Can't lie, like because we share our money. Like we have a joint account, or obviously have individual accounts, but we share our money. So like I think we both always see our money as just joint. It's just like it's not this your money, my money. But I think there was a pressure that came with me being the only working person, and it almost made the stress at work that already existed. It made it worse because it felt like I'm trapped. I can't go because I'm the sole income provider right now. I also, embarrassingly, I think it made me a little bit less patient with you. So like if I'm working, especially if I'm stressed, and then I see you doing anything that's not applying for a job, it would irritate. I think, I had to admit that it would irritate me, and that's a bit embarrassing because it's like, oh, that's not nice. Like Keith's going through this obviously difficult time, and you should be there to help him. And I think I was there to help you, but I still felt ashamed of those feelings that I had. So that was an interesting revelation, and I think that maybe helped us define what we want. I think we had a conversation about what do you see in the future, and and how do you, like, what do you see me doing? What do I see you doing? How do you view that sort of our roles? So that was good in the end.
It wasn't all doom and gloom.
We learned something from it. So it's interesting actually.
How did you find being the breadwinner for?
I did not like it. No, joking. Do you know what it was? Keith always helps me, so I never think of myself as like the sole breadwinner, because regardless of what I do, Keith is always there helping me anyway. So he definitely like you have a stake, or you have some credit in my achievements. So there's that. But on the flip side, I don't know what it was. Is it the traditional woman in me? I don't know. I think that's what made it so weird. It's like, oh, is this because I know if the tables were turned and I was the one without a job and you were working, I don't think you would feel that.
No, I don't think I would.
Is that because you're the man? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think I started questioning these things. It's like, oh wow, am I this woman that wants to be kept, and like I just can't handle my man not working, even though it's like, for better for worse.
Yeah.
What's it, richer for poorer, all that kind of stuff. So I was ashamed a bit of the feeling, but like I said, it helped us, because do you know what it is? I think it's okay to the two of you in your marriage to define the roles. Like this, forget about society, forget about patriarchy, blah blah blah. Like if I want to be, let's say I did want to be a kept woman and you were okay with that, then there shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But
same way, if I wanted to be a kept man and she was
and I was okay with it, then there shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that's very true.
So
I think during the time as well, I think with that time off forcibly,
a holiday, no joking.
Forcibly taking me out of work. Yeah. I also noticed the pressure.
Did you?
On you, but not so much. Well, yeah, I think in the back of my mind, I knew it was like, oh, you were feeling, you had this feeling, but also because work didn't change for you.
Yeah.
At all. I think there's even one video I did on Adela's channel where I literally took over her channel for a day because
I was too busy.
You were too busy to actually film the video.
Yeah.
So like parts of that, and I think that's also where I defined, okay, yeah, I actually want to go into like an agency. So I work at a creative social media agency, like a global one now, thank God, great. But I want to learn more about agency stuff, and because we were during June of 2020, we did like a whole bit where we consulted for Black businesses with our own marketing or social media consultancy. And I think part of that was like, oh, actually, we do this as work now. We do this on the side now. Let me actually go into a place and actually work. And I think that's last year was where I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm actually going to learn. I want to go in and learn a bit more as well. And I think also last year was where I was like, cool, I'm also going to learn as much as I can about YouTube as well, which is good. It's been good.
If you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you'll see the definite shift in quality since Keith has joined the team. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
And actually going back to prioritizing rest, I think another, I don't know, I'm speaking for you, but another lesson you might have learned is that obviously when you don't do well with not being busy and productive. So exactly. I say maybe on the flip side, you try to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
You try to pick up lots of different things, and I think I had to say to you like rest as well.
Yeah.
And maybe like what was the thing? Strip back. We said strip back, focus our energy on what's important, so we don't get like burnt out, or you don't start things half-heartedly and not finish them, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that was like, it would have been like work, one business idea, social media agency idea.
You learning to code.
YouTube, learning to code, doing design courses and all of that type of stuff. And to be fair, some of them were great. Good, like I learned how to design websites and everything like that. But yeah, some of them, like our social media agency, we took a step back and we're just like, actually, let's not try to build two things or five things at the same go. Let's actually strip back a little bit and work on, for example, YouTube. And there's no reason why some of that can't actually filter into here. So for example, on this channel, we're actually going to be talking a bit more about not necessarily how to grow your channels, but in relation to our careers, we might talk a bit more about social media stuff and marketing stuff that just happened that we find interesting. So subscribe if you're into that.
I think interestingly as well, I guess when I talked about my frustrations, I think part of it was watching you do all these different things, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like is not actually, for lack of a better word, like is my husband going crazy? Like is he just like turned into a mad scientist and trying to like busy himself up with all these different things? And obviously that like for me maybe makes me fear the security aspect of everything. I know people are like, oh, women just want security, and it's like I can't speak on all women, but yeah, for this woman maybe, yeah. So I think it's weird, it all sort of played into each other, and but I think we've come out of it with a bit more clarity. So that's good.
I think so. I think so. We had a whole planning session.
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah, we're aligned now. We're agreed on what we want to do, who's going to do what in the future, because things are going to change. We're going to have kids one day, God willing. So like,
amen.
Things will
buying a house.
Yeah, things will change.
Yeah.
Whew. What else you learned? We learned we learned community, the importance of community. Wowza. I think in lots of different aspects. Like obviously in our Bible study we did what's the chapter about church, building a church? Ephesians. Yeah, we did that, and that talks a lot about community, and you understand that is actually what a church is, basically a community. And then just through like friendships, and obviously in lockdown you kind of have to be a bit more intentional with your friendships, so you kind of understand like the importance of that. In our marriage, I've I guess resisted. I'm not the best communicator communicating my problems,
surprisingly,
and so that paired with the fact that also I had this hesitation of like maybe not wanting to be chatty with everyone about our problems or our issues, but understanding like who you can actually trust and who you can talk to, and like keep pushing me to talk to people more, I think has helped, because sometimes I'm like, I'm not going to tell anyone about this, and then I talk to someone that can help, either because they're close to me and they know me, like my best friend, or they are in a similar position, like they're married also, or whatever it might be. It helps a lot. And I think, like we said, with this lockdown, I think it could either have made or break it can make or break somewhat a couple or anyone. And I think the fact that we've sort of come out of it, I think, stronger is largely due to the community we have around us.
Yeah, which is no small feat on their shoulders as well as ours, I think, because it's not just us.
Yeah.
So,
and you see it in other people's in lives, in marriages, whatever stage they're at. Us being part of their community, obviously you see the impact, and they come to you for certain things and you help them. And so it's just the same thing happening vice versa. Like people have helped us a lot. Like just having community has been so, even sometimes it even prevents the problem, because it's not even like, oh, we've gotten into an argument, now I'm going to talk to this person. Sometimes it's just like through conversations and talking, something's already resolved that was on the verge of being a problem. Like now it's resolved. Because,
like even the whole, like, for example, when I lost my job, like no doubt in my mind, if we ever actually struggled for money,
we'd have people
would be like, yeah, cool, there is
exactly, that's
so
really important.
There was almost like obviously I was concerned with getting a job, but there was almost that like, well,
what's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen, if that makes sense?
You go back to mum's house, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Not even that, even just friends as well.
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. Like, as in the worst case scenario is that you go live somewhere else, and there's always going to be someone. I think we have understood the sort of importance and the weight of that, and we're really grateful for that, because not everybody has that. But yeah, community is very key. The right community. Can we clarify?
The right community.
The right community.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's, we could stay here all day talking about lessons, but I think those kind of encompass them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing we want to do on this channel is basically just encourage people and help. And these conversations that we have, from time to time, we will sit down and actually have conversations, like we said. But most of it's actually just going to be us doing stuff and then actually talking about those things as they happen. So if you're into that, then subscribe and look out for more videos. It can be anything from, like, we want to redo one of our rooms, right? So like completely make it over and just show like, oh, what actually goes into that, what's the costing of all of that type of stuff.
If and when we buy a house, obviously take you on that process as well. So
I know there was a comment on one of your videos where someone was like, it'd be interesting for us to break down stuff that happens on the internet. Why not?
With our little marketing background.
Yeah, exactly. And talk about it. So yeah, that's exactly what this channel is going to be.
But yeah, if you have anything you want to say to us, any questions, then do leave them down below. We did actually film, it's live now. We filmed a Q&A over on my channel. So actually, I think you're going to insert some of the clips here, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yes. So some of them that we don't answer on that channel, we'll show here.
Cool. So enjoy those questions.
Bye.
Peace.
What is the best part of being married?
Freedom, which is almost an oxymoron to some people. For me, what that means is, well, practically, you're in your own space with somebody. You're not now living with like a roommate or parents or whatever. So you basically get to set the direction of your household. And I think as long as you guys both align on what that is, it can be whatever you want. And that's what I mean by freedom. So.
Best part for me is I feel really secure. That sounds wrong. I felt secure when I was single, but as in like it almost like empowers me having, maybe it's not marriage, maybe it's just you, but like having that person there that you're doing this life with, you know what I mean? It's like a partner in crime or whatever. It gives me a boost to do stuff, and like he's just there. So like if I have a decision to make, I'm like, oh, what do you think? It's nice to have that person. I think that's the best thing. It's I guess it is security. Yeah. It's a different kind of security. You can be secure single, but it's a different kind of security and a comfort in knowing that like you've got my back. You can do this thing. Has he given you dance lessons yet?
No, we did a video.
That was the only one. That wasn't even a lesson.
It was. I taught you 2 dances.
Anyways, for context, if you were not around when this joke started. Basically, Keith is a dancer. He used to dance like professionally and compete and stuff. And so obviously I'm like, wow, I'm marrying a dancer. Great. I'm going to give me a year and I'm going to be the best dancer ever. 3 years in, he's not taught me how to dance. Let's just leave it there, yeah? Right.